Hi.
Hi, Gene. Sorry about that. I've been working here, so it's been super busy. But
Oh,
I hope
no worries. No worries at all.
get on the call with you. How are you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm good. Everything's great. Thank you for asking.
How is New Mexico?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a beautiful place. Absolutely stunning. I'll show you. Well, that kind of looks like a parking lot, but right. But it's beautiful. We're very, very, very happy to be here.
What
Just gonna light up a little light here so you can see me better.
What are
We,
you
we
shooting there?
I'm shooting a small movie. It's an art movie with a director called Shirin Nashat, and it's all about dreams. It's called Land of Dreams. It's very beautiful. Shirin is a visual artist, a
Yeah.
very, very talented visual artist. I'm not sure if you've seen her work, but she does a lot of black and white portraits. And she's worked with some actors before. She's made a couple of films. She worked with Kate Blanchett, I think, on a film, and she worked with Natalie Portman on another film. And this one, we've got Matt Dillon in it. I don't know if you know who Matt Dillon is. He's a great actor. We've got Isabella Rossellini, Anna Gunn, and a few other people. So yeah, it's been really fun, and hopefully we're going to make a great movie. I think this film's got potential to be something really, really, really good.
Yeah. How does it feel like to being able to work again?
It's great, obviously because of the lockdown. It's been a weird time.
Yeah.
However, when we're on set, we have to be COVID tested every 72 hours. So every 72 hours, someone's COVID testing me. They're sticking something up my nose and rubbing it around. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I know it's necessary. I know it's important. And on the set, everybody has to wear a mask. And it's really, really serious, actually. I mean, if one actor gets it or one crew member gets it, that could be the whole film shut down. So we have a COVID officer on set who's very vigilant about hand sanitizer and masks and everything. So yeah, so it's been an adventure. I always like an adventure, always like a challenge. So I'm happy to be here after making a movie during a pandemic. But yeah, no, everything's been absolutely fantastic.
And you had to quarantine once you arrived in New Mexico, right?
Quarantine, a little bit, and then I have to quarantine when I go back. When I go back to England, I'll quarantine for 14 days. Which is full on. But everyone's in a lockdown anyway. So, are you in a lockdown in Belgium?
Yeah, we're on lockdown since 2 weeks for now, I think.
Yeah.
And I had to quarantine myself because I had COVID, which is not funny, but
oh my god, you had COVID?
Yeah, but I wasn't sick at all, so I didn't know I had it. But yeah, I did a test, and that's where I knew that I had COVID. But yeah, so it's pretty bad here.
Yeah.
We are in lockdown. I don't know if London is in lockdown too. You're from London, right?
Yeah. Well, I live in London, but yeah, London's on lockdown as well right now. Yeah, my sister, I just spoke to her. She's in Greece. Greece is in lockdown. I think France is in lockdown. I think everywhere's
everywhere.
in lockdown. Everywhere except America, which is not in a lockdown. Thank God.
So, you started your career, I think you were 17 years old.
I was, exactly.
Yeah, and you became famous for your role as Peter Pevensie in Narnia.
That's right.
By the way, I was amazed to learn that Narnia was released 15 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Where have I been all this time? It's 15 years. So I always wonder, at that age, because you were so young, you were filming and studying at the same time. And just for the story, I just quit my student job because I couldn't do both. So I wonder, how did you deal with both of them?
What was what was great was on set they had teachers, and they had a whole teaching facility on set. So they had these trailers where you would go and you would study. And so I studied on set, and In between shooting, I would go in and I would learn, I'd learn about Wuthering Heights, and then I would step onto set and I'd be in a battlefield. And it was one of those kind of weird situations that you just make work. I didn't know any different. It was my first time on a film set, so I just followed what I was told to do. And in some ways, I actually think it's quite a good thing. When you're older, you realize that there's a lot of waiting around on set, and inevitably you kind of just read a lot, you watch things. I play chess on my phone. So when I was younger, it was kind of a great thing, that you just sort of go to set, and then you would learn something, and then you would shoot a scene, and then you would go back to school and learn something. And to be honest with you, I went back and did an extra year of studies just to finish my A levels, because I had missed those AS level exams when I went off to New Zealand. So I went back and did my A2 levels, which was good. And I got my exams and I was happy, and I didn't go on to university, just kind of kept working, went to America, and yeah, it's all worked out fine, which is great.
Yeah. So you never thought about quitting sometimes because you wanted to focus on your studies?
Never.
So you always knew that you wanted to become an actor, and you gave yourself all the possibilities to do it?
That's right. I wasn't good at a lot of things, honestly. Like I didn't excel at a lot of things. I didn't excel at English. I mean, I was pretty good at English. I got an A in my GCSEs and a B in my A2 levels. So I was fine, but I wasn't like the best, I wasn't like brilliant at it. I was very less than average at maths and all these sorts of things. But acting for some reason was one of those things I was really good at, and I really enjoyed it. So for me, working at it was never a problem. It was always like, yeah, I'll work at it. I love it. Of course I want to do it. And it was a natural feeling for me. It was like, I don't know. It was like I found what was right for me, what was right for my way of thinking, and what was right for my body, and what was right for the way I socially interact with people, and everything about it I loved. And so, yeah, I just knew that was what I was going to do. And fortunately, it's all kind of worked out.
Yeah. And when you were 7 years old, you used to actually listen to Narnia audio tapes, and then to prepare for your role, you read the book. So you basically grew up with Narnia. And I wonder, how did you feel when you immersed yourself in this magical world you grew up with? You gave life to a character you just grew up with. It's kind of strange.
Yeah. I grew up with the Narnia stories. When I was a kid, I used to have all the books. I was never a great reader. I've never really been that great of a reader. Like, to me, I find it quite hard to concentrate on reading. But I'm better at listening to stories. And so I used to listen to a lot of stories on audiobook. And one of those was The Silver Chair. I used to listen to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on audiobook at night. And I had Just William, which is like a famous English story. There were a series of books. And then I had The Silver Chair. And I used to listen to The Silver Chair every night before bed. And I used to love it. I used to be able to almost recite the whole thing. And actually, I think that's the next one that they're going to make. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Netflix is now going to make Narnia, and so they're going to share. Yeah, so I really liked it, and I just thought it was a really cool world to be in. I just thought I just thought it was really cool. Like, there were birds that talked, and there were giants. And there was a snake in this cave, and there was Prince Caspian was in there. And I just kind of felt like in a way, it was different. Different from a lot of the other stories I'd heard. There was a kind of energy in it that I liked, and so I was always really into it. Yeah, and I had a little tape player I used to listen to it before bed. It was good. It was great.
And a real important question: do you think the books are better than the movies?
You know, I think your imagination is always going to be greater than anything we can put on film. However, I think really what you watch when you watch the films is you watch the director's imagination come to life, right?
Yes.
So Andrew Adamson directs the first two movies. Michael Apted directed the third movie. So you're watching Andrew Adamson's imagination on camera. You know, you're watching Andrew Adamson's the way he saw the stories as a kid, and I think his imagination is incredible. I think what he created in those films was just brilliant, and I think in some ways it kind of not. I don't know if you can ever surpass it, but maybe it was equal in a way. The first Narnia, like to the books, because there wasn't that battle scene written in the story where it is at the end. There wasn't like the shots with the swords going like this with me and like Aslan coming in and, you know, like me fighting with Tilda on the you know, mountain. Like that wasn't really there. So Andrew kind of added all that, and it was very cool. And and Prince Caspian similarly, you know, when you look at the illustrations in Prince Caspian, you know, the fight scene with Miraz looks very low key. It looks like a few people around. But when Andrew made that film happen, like it was like there were thousands, and there was, you know, the Telmarines were like marching, and then there were, you know, horses coming, and there was things flying, and then, you know, Andrew's a brilliant man, so he's a genius, you know. So when you get somebody like him making a movie like that, it comes to life in its own way, you know. That's my feeling about it.
And you know, there are a few sagas which are going to be passed down from generation to generation, like Lord of Rings, Harry Potter,
Yeah.
for which I think you did an audition, right, for Harry Potter?
You know, they did open auditions in the UK. They just looked at kids from all over, like they looked at tens of thousands of kids, and I just went along to one of those open auditions. It wasn't like I was selected out of like from an agency. I wasn't like had a special audition or anything. I just was like one of the kids that came along to an open audition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Narnia, and what does it feel like for you to be a part of a saga that's, we can say, will live forever because it's going to be passed from generation to generation?
You know, it's an honor, and if I could have chosen to be part of any series or any franchise, it would have been Narnia. Like I love Narnia. You know, I'm a very proud Narnian. You know, I think it's a very cool world to be a part of, and has a spiritual element to it too, which I like. And I think it's a classic in a lot of ways. You know, I think it's a film you won't get tired of. I think people can always sit down with their kids and watch those stories, and they've got a moral to them, they've got a heart to them, and they've got, you know, action scenes and battles, and they've got fun and excitement and drama. And I feel it's an honor to have been a part of those movies, and it always will be an honor. And it's the thing I'm proud of in my career the most, and always will be, you know, because it's the thing that started me, and it's the thing that chose me. And it was like winning the lottery in a way, you know. So yeah, very happy.
And yeah, you were happy. I think it's 1 in a million. That's something like that happened to you. Like something I learned about you, because I did a lot of research, and well, it's not a funny story, but apparently, I don't know if it's true, when you were shooting Silent Mountain, you were struck by lightning.
It's true.
Yeah, so it's true. And what happened to you? Because yeah, like I said, it's 1 in a million. You got very unlucky there.
Well, unlucky or lucky to be alive. I'll show you the scar. I've got a scar right here, and then I'm going to show my body. It's around here, the scar. Probably can't see it in the light, but I have a scar from it. And what happened was we were, you know, shooting in a lightning storm, and the lightning hit the ground, hit the generator, came through the cables, through the camera, and the DP was looking through it, and she, you know, was actually went unconscious. And then I was right next to the camera, and yeah, I got electrocuted really badly. So, you know, it was one of those things that you just hope you're going to survive. You know, especially in the moment it happened. I felt it, and I thought, oh God, I might not make it out of this one. But fortunately, I did, and I was all right, and I, you know, just kind of got through it. And you know, what was weird was after I was struck by lightning, I felt fine the next day, and then after that day, I just started feeling really unwell, and I couldn't get out of bed. I was sick. I was, you know, I just couldn't eat anything. Like my whole system was like in a shutdown, so I couldn't really do anything. But after like a week or so, I was fine. I just went back to work, finished the job, and the film's actually really good. I mean, I don't think it really, despite the fact that a bunch of people got hit by lightning, I don't think it really affected the film that much. I actually really like the film, and I'm really proud of it. And we shot it all in the Dolomites in Italy, which was cool, and it's a beautiful place to go to. And yeah, no, I actually really like the movie. So it's just one of those things.
So you don't have any superpower now?
You know, I do have
No.
superpowers, but if I told you about them, I might have to kill you. So I can't tell you, unfortunately.
Too bad. So I got one last question for you. A couple of years ago, you said that you hope that you said that what you hope was not to just become Peter from Narnia, and you wanted to try new things and be a good and respected actor. And it's something that it's really hard to do because it's a hard industry, and also because there are some roles that's way too iconic, and we always talk about to you about it. But personally, I don't see you as Peter from Narnia. I see you as a William, as an actor and a human being. But yeah, my question is, do you think you reach out that goal to be good and respected as an actor, and in some ways get rid of that Disney image, yeah, kind of get rid of Peter a bit?
You know what? I think what happened with me was that it sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy, but I wanted things to be hard for me, and I don't know whether I purposely made them hard or what happened, and I don't know if I'd advise this to everybody, because I don't think it's really the right path actually. But I wanted it to be tough. I wanted to be tough. I wanted to earn my place in the industry. I wanted to earn my place as an actor. And I wanted to be able to get to a level where I could look at a good actor and know that I've made it there as well. Like I didn't just fluke my way in, like fluke my way out, you know, because if you don't earn it, if you don't earn the steps, you cannot maintain it. You know, you have to be willing to work hard. You have to be willing to fight through things that are tough, you know. And if you can do that, then you can look at people who are great. Like I look at Matt Dillon, who's a fantastic actor, who's worked in hundreds of movies with all the best people. I look at him and I know that I've earned my place here as well. Like I have earned my position here as well. And I wanted to feel that. I wanted to know that I could do it, that I can fight, you know, as well hard as anyone else. And I have done that, you know. And sometimes those fights are not just fights, you know, where you have to be great at acting. Sometimes they're fights where you have to get yourself somewhere, or you have to like organize something that, you know, is really difficult, you know, and you have to, you know, a lot of acting is not just on set, you know, it's preparing at home. It's like making sure that you get your visa to get somewhere, or you get this to get that, or organize something. That to me is quite difficult, you know, a lot, because I'm not a super organized person. So I've had to learn all these different skills, and they've all helped me to get to where I am now. You know, I was very fortunate. I shot the TV show The Royals for 4 years. That taught me a lot about how to work on set, you know, how to be, we shoot 8 pages of dialogue a day, you know, how to really be on top of your lines. You only get a couple of takes, make it happen, make it work, and move on and be content with what the work that is that you've done, you know, rather than thinking, oh, I could have done better work doing this, you know, to move on fast. And so I do think I've done that, and And I do think I've achieved that. I went to LA on my own. I made it happen to a certain degree. I've shot probably 20 movies now and 50 episodes almost of TV, and I've done the Narnia, and like I'm proud of where I am,
Yeah.
And all it is just growing from here, and just keep growing, keep learning. And every day you're on set, you learn something else, and something new, you learn some little thing. And we work with people like Matt and Tilda and people like that, and Elizabeth Hurley, there's so much that they know that they can kind of impart, and just like one piece of information can be a golden nugget for something else. So my advice to any young actor, any musician, anybody even like yourself, it's like that old saying, one day with a master is like reading 1,000 books,
Yeah.
If you can work with really good people, you can just learn something from them, how they've got there, how they've done this, how they've done that. And that one piece of information can then help you a bit more, and a bit more. And I also really believe in taking care of yourself, really taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical health, taking care of how you eat, you sleep, your relationships in your life, are they good? Are they helping you? Are they toxic? What are they like, and maintaining an equilibrium in who you are, because that's also going to totally impact your day, totally impact your life,
Sure.
and impact your consciousness. And now is a very important time to remember that, everyone's in lockdown, people are locked up, we can't leave, a lot of people can't go out, they can't do anything. So it's very important to keep your sense of self, keep your mental strength, your mental health, your whatever you can do to help yourself to achieve your dreams, and to keep yourself solid and calm and peaceful, so that's a really long-winded way of saying, yeah, I feel like I'm on that journey,
Yeah. And what's your expectation then for the future as an actor and as a human being?
I will continue to make work that I'm proud of, and continue to grow, and I will continue to be happy in my life. The funny thing is, everybody always says that money doesn't make you happy. Well, that's kind of a lie. Money can make you happy, actually, if you think about, if you can provide for your family, if you can live in a nice place, if you can drive a car that works, I don't think that's true, but I do think you have to have it all in perspective. And I think you have to have it all in clarity and in order. And I want to live a happy life, a full life. I want to go out, have adventures, like meet interesting people. I want to make work that I'm proud of, and I want to and I want to look back when I'm old and be like, yeah, I did it. I'm happy. Like I did it, And then you can move on and you can die, and then whether you believe that you come back in another life, that's just how you do it. But your life is now. Your life is here. Your life is present. So you have to make the most of it. And one of those ways is being happy, choosing to be happy, choosing each day to be like, okay, if this is my last day, I'm going to make sure it's a good one,
Yeah, it's
no
really...
matter how the world treats me, because the world doesn't always treat people great. It treats people badly a lot.
No, that's right. So, thank you for this interview. And by the way, you are the first you are the first person from UK that I can fully understand, because I always have problem with the accent in UK. So it's easy for me to understand Americans, and you're the first man from UK that I understand completely. So,
yeah, well, you have to be heard if you're an actor, so maybe I'm just like better at being heard. But yeah, I know. Well, that's good. I'm glad you can understand me. There are going to be no subtitles underneath my sentences. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much, and
question.
Stay
and I'm sorry
happy.
for being late. I had a bit of a thing this morning, but yeah, if there's anything else you need, just let me know. And I really appreciate the interview, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. And I wish you the best of luck with your YouTube channel, and I hope it goes well.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
You too. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for watching us. I hope you liked this interview with the majestic William Moseley. It makes us feel whole, doesn't it? because seriously, Narnia has been released 15 years ago. I still can't believe it myself. But yeah, if you like this interview, and even if you didn't like it, tell me in the comments and why, because I really, really love to read your comments. And if you want to see more of me, more of my interviews, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram if you want to talk. And yeah, I hope we'll be able to talk soon. And I'm wishing you all the best. And I will see you next Monday. Okay, bye.